Hello. Are we getting used to the hair yet? I actually don't even know what my forehead looks like anymore. I am so excited to be sharing all the photos with you today or for the next 2 to 3 weeks because I'm gonna be taking you to Tokyo. Tokyo is one of my favorite cities, if not my ultimate favorite, and I never really got to take any photos there. Some of the things I wanted to photograph were the locals, everyday life, such as people biking, going to work, and 3, the cityscape in general. I don't have a lot of photos for today, but I will talk about some of the things I looked for and what I wish I did differently. One of the main things I never thought about taking photos of in Japan, especially Tokyo, was architecture. If you think about Kyoto, it kind of makes more sense. There are a lot more traditional houses, buildings, and streets. Although I might be wrong, Tokyo might have a lot of those too. But architecture was not on the top of my list when I thought of the things I wanted to photograph. One of the things I've always envied was these train photos. It was raining a lot on the first few days I was there, and this picture made me want to try more of those, shooting through a window or a door, especially in the rain, and trying to capture the person inside. This, I think, was a good first try, or a good warm-up. Something I noticed a lot on this day was the colors green and red harmonizing with each other. It might have been the rain, but the greens are very luscious looking, and the reds next to them popped out even more. I wondered if that could have been a good idea for a video, but I didn't want to limit myself, especially on my first day, to only certain colors and not everything else. Here's one thing I wish I did more. I wish I took more photos of people wearing interesting clothes, or people wearing colors that really stood out from the crowd. This person is a great example. In a sea of clear umbrellas and darker toned clothes, this person really caught my attention with their hair and their outfit. Right place at the right time? Possibly, but this is something I wish I did more on this day. Again, the color red. Maybe I do need to do a video on red only. If you have been to Tokyo and tried to take a good photo of Shibuya crossing, you will know that it's actually kind of difficult. Unless you go to that one Starbucks or that one udon restaurant on the 13th floor of a department store, the chances of getting a really good, unique picture of Shibuya crossing is fairly slim. I tried to think of so many different ideas. My initial thought while I was on my way to Japan was to have my camera on the ground and let self-timer do its thing. So people will be walking over the camera with me kind of next to it and guarding it to make sure no one's stepping on it. And I thought that could be a fun idea. But it was raining on that day, and especially with all the umbrellas covering the sky, you weren't really going to get a good idea of how busy that place is and how tall all the surrounding buildings are. That is something I'd like to think more about from a next visit. Omoide Yokocho of Shinjuku kind of reminds me of Gwangjang Market from my last video. A small alleyway filled with a lot of people, great food vendors, and a ton of photo opportunities. This time though, I will say, I did feel bad that I was just standing there taking pictures of all these people without actually eating there. Here though, because I was gonna go to a bar after this and I wanted to be there as soon as I opened, I wasn't necessarily looking for food. I was looking for more photos. But it would have been really cool to sit down, talk to the person making the food, and get a lot of close-up photos of them. Photos of their hands through the steam, serving the food on a plate, talking to other customers, and other customers in general too.